So we're a fourth generation family business. The business was started by my great-grandfather. I work here with my brother Stephen. We run the business day to day, and we inherited it from our father, and he inherited it from his father and mother, and his mother was the only daughter of P.T. Murphy, who was also on the high street here. He was born in what's now the Harp Bar, and was actually the Harp Bar when he was born as well. So we're here 121 years. He trained across the road in what was Statham's Jewellers and is O'Connor's Jewellers now. And so he was very kind to come straight across the road and open up an opposition, which I wouldn't be too happy about, but anyway, he did. But he set up a great business here, and he really drove it on. My grandfather, who took over the day-to-day running in the 40s, was also a teacher in St. Kieran's College, so he was double jobbing along with his 10 children, and so he maintained the business until my dad came into the business in the mid to late 70s, and my dad was a watchmaker, and he really kind of changed the focus of the business to be more diamond and kind of wedding ring orientated, and really kind of changed the business a lot. So we have 14 people working here at the minute, many part-time, but that's how many we have here. So obviously we buy in a lot of jewellery, so we do mainly 9-carat gold and for your kind of everyday jewellery, and then we do 18-carat and platinum for your more special occasions, your engagement rings and your wedding rings, eternity rings and stuff like that. We also carry some nice international brands like Fabergé and Fopé, who are a very nice Italian 18-carat gold jeweller. Our energy usage is high, but it used to be a lot higher. We have managed to reduce it thanks to a couple of steps we've made. I suppose our main energy usage would be in our lighting. The main thing we've done is we've replaced all of our lighting. So we would have had a lot of halogen and metal halide lighting, which are incredibly energy intensive. They really produce more heat than they do anything else. And so we've gone from that to full LED all around the house. So that has brought down the energy by a huge amount. We've also implemented a heating zoning system using Hive controllers for our heating, so we can now heat the different parts of the building depending on who's there, whether it's hot or cold. The shop floor is usually the coldest and the part that needs the most heat because the door is open. So we're trying, and in the winter the heating is usually on the shop floor the most, whereas the top of the house or the workshop, which are the other zones, are usually not as cold, so they don't have to have their heating on as much, whereas previously all the heating was on around the whole house the whole day. Besides the heating and the lighting, there wasn't a huge amount else we could do, but for decades, to be honest with you, we have always taken in. We get lots of boxes every day with deliveries, and we've taken, not only do we reuse the boxes and the padded envelopes that they come in, we just usually recover them with brown paper, but we also take the soft packaging that's inside to keep the item safe, bubble wrap and stuff like that, and we keep that in-house, and we reuse that to post our stuff back out. With us, really the only way we measure is looking at our electricity and our gas bill, and have they gone up or have they come down, and thankfully they've both come down. We're always on the lookout for kind of micro-generation, electricity generation solutions. I kind of keep an eye on as much as I can, but haven't come across anything that's suitable or on the market just yet. The first thing I would say is look into it. If you're in a more modern building, I think it's an absolute no-brainer. I'd be putting in solar panels and everything I could into my building. Obviously, changing lighting. Like, people often don't realise how much energy is used in the lighting, and the difference and the drop in energy usage going to LED is massive. Also, the length of time an LED light lasts is way longer. You're talking a light probably lasting for 10 to 15 years, as opposed to a bulb maybe less than a year. So you're obviously saving on replacing all the bulbs to actually putting in a light fitting that's a bit more expensive than an individual bulb, but you're getting a lot more time out of it, and it's a lot more energy efficient. In an older building like ours, obviously I would say look into as much as you can do. We would have loved to insulate this building within an inch of its life. Unfortunately, given the age and the protected structure that we have, we're very limited in where we can insulate and stuff like that. And obviously the way we operate our business in terms of having an open door, that also limits our ability to keep heat, particularly in the winter, in the building. But if we close the door, our sales go through the floor. So we have to have an open door, and given other restrictions like our height at our door place, we find it very hard to get an air curtain there as well. So, but there are loads of solutions, and I think definitely engaging with companies and advisors on the kind of processes that you could put in place. We've had multiple different people here, between solar panel experts and insulation and all sorts of people here advising us and offering us solutions. A lot of the time, unfortunately, we're an awkward case. Yeah, we're an awkward case, obviously, because of our building, the age, the history, the fact that it's protected. And look, we're very happy in our building and in our location and all the rest, but it does put a lot of restrictions on what we can and cannot do. We have to keep our windows. We have our head heights, which are probably a lot lower than there would be in a more modern building. So there's a lot of issues for us that if we were in a brand new building, we wouldn't have, or we could easily get around. But we are where we are, and we're happy where we are, but it does put restrictions on what we can put in place. Like, we would love if there was maybe an option where we could buy into a solar scheme where maybe solar panels were erected on the market yard here in Kilkenny, and we could buy our energy from that or contribute that way. I'm not sure how that would ever work, but something like that we could offset some of our energy rather than just all gas and straight from the grid, that we could offset some of it to a more community-based solar panel solution, or some sort of solution like that would be great for us. We'd love to partake in something like that.